Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about checking disrespect and the importance of standing up for yourself. Look, there are going to be some times in your life, as there have been in mine, where people are disrespectful to you. You know, rude comments, dismissive comments, maybe comments like that in front of other people with the intention to embarrass you. It is so very important that as a man in this modern world, as soon as you find yourself in that situation, you stick up for yourself. Because if you don't, nobody else is going to stick up for you. That's number one. But number two is that if you don't check this now, and you don't immediately, the second somebody says something to you, say, hey, don't speak to me like that. I really don't appreciate that tone. Then that's going to continue. And this is going to fester. It's almost like a game as such. The other person is going to intentionally say something to test your character. They might drop a rude comment or something that's just a little bit below the belt to see, I wonder what this guy's going to be like if I insult him. I wonder how he's going to react. And 9 times out of 10, you know, in my experience, 10 times out of 10, the second you respond and you give something back and you say, listen, don't you speak to me like that, most people will back off. Most people will understand from that moment, well, okay, this is a guy that I don't want to mess with. This is a guy that I don't want to disrespect. And it's so vitally important because, as I said, if you don't set those boundaries, people will walk all over you. People will see you as the guy that they can disrespect at any time they want. And when people are doing that to you, naturally, you start to look inward at yourself and you start to question your own character. So not only are other people questioning you, questioning your character, disrespecting you, you actually start to do those things to yourself. You start to look in the mirror and lose respect for the man that's in front of you. Maybe it's a situation where maybe your boss is speaking incorrectly to you. Your boss is speaking to you in a manner that is not appropriate, disrespectful. I had a situation myself when I was working for Tesco at the time. For my UK viewers, you know exactly where that is. It's a retail store in the UK. I had a manager there, and this manager in particular wasn't very socially equipped. It surprises me how some of these people do get into positions of management, but he was not very good socially, and part of that was the way that he spoke to people in a quite an aggressive and rude tone. Instead of asking people, oh, would you mind just making sure that when you transfer that from the back of the shop, you put that in there as well, something like that, he would just tell people, right, do that now. Literally, grab that now, hurry up, this sort of thing. And one day in particular, he'd said something to me, and it really bugged me. Now, the mistake I made was not checking it straight away. I did check it, but after the shift, I remember walking to the car park, and I was with this gentleman in particular. And I said to him, I won't mention his name, I said, if you ever speak to me like that again, we're going to have a problem. Do you understand? And I wasn't doing it in a way to bring across any sort of physical confrontation. No. But I felt it absolutely necessary to remind this individual that I won't be spoken to that way. And I said to him as well, I said, nobody speaks to me like that. You know, if you want something from me, speak to me respectfully. Go through the proper channels. And if you speak to me respectfully and you give me that respect as a human being, as a person, I will give you that respect as well. Now, I was a little bit nervous going into that because of the power position. But the look on this guy's face when I said this was a picture. It painted 1,000 words. I think that's probably the first time anybody had ever stood up to him in that way. And he profusely apologized. He said, look, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to say it like that. I didn't mean to speak to you like that. It just gets really stressful and there's lots of things going on, but I'm so sorry, I won't do it again. And you know, he never did. He never did do it again. But if I had allowed that to slide, that would have continued. And when you let people walk all over you, it doesn't just continue on the same wavelength, it gets worse. The severity increases. You know, it doesn't just maintain at the same bearable level. You know, people like to push the boundaries. They like to see what you're made of. So it is crucially important. If somebody is disrespecting you, you need to check it. And you need to say in a respectful way as you can. I'm not telling you to go effing and blinding and get physically confrontational. Although I was in a car park, I was genuinely just going to my car. There was no kind of physical altercation that I was trying to promote. But I was laying down the law of how I will be spoken to. And in that moment, the power imbalance was clear. He's the boss, but I was prepared to walk away from that job over that thing, because in that moment, even then, at the early stages of my personal development, I understood the importance of being able to look at yourself in the mirror. And I went home, and as I said after that, it kind of stopped. The disrespect, the rudeness, the way I was asked to do things changed. And I left the store on good terms whenever I went to university. You know, it wasn't like a nasty exit as such. And this is the thing. If I were to round this message up for you, just don't let people take the piss out of you. Don't let them walk all over you, not even once. You know, the little comments, the things that are just skimmed like a stone under the belt. It's not an awful comment that somebody said. It's not an outrageous comment that somebody said, but it's disrespectful and it's intentionally provocative. Those are the comments you want to pay attention to, because they are the tests. The person is skimming the stone and they're watching it eagerly, and they just want to see how you're going to take it. And it's in those make or break moments that you have to respond accordingly. You know, you let them do that and you make absolutely no response and you're passive about it, they're going to light up. You know, they've got you. They can speak to you like that every single day they want. You're going to be their personal bitch in that workplace or in that social environment, whatever. But if you make it firm and clear and heard that you will not be spoken to like that under any circumstance, and that there will be consequences, you know, not physical consequences. You want to calm down a bit. Don't be getting yourself in trouble. But you make it known that you will not be spoken to like that, then it won't happen again. More than not, it won't happen again. And if it does happen again, then you're in a position where maybe things need to escalate further. But that's not something I want to go into there. In essence, gentlemen, if you don't command respect for yourself, no one's going to command it for you. You know, you don't stand up for yourself, people are going to keep going and keep going and keep going. And not only that, the other people around who see this are also going to think badly of you. They're going to think, why is he letting that guy speak to him like that? Why is he tolerating that level of disrespect? What's wrong with him? Has he got that low of an image of himself? In essence, just have a little bit more respect for yourself and don't let people walk all over you. It has dire consequences. Stamp it out. The second it comes up, stamp it out, and you'll be able to look at yourself a little bit better. Okay guys, that was it for today. I really hope that in one way or another you took some value from this video. If you did, make sure to smash the subscribe button, comment your thoughts down below, and turn on the notification bell for more from me. As always, thank you for your time and attention, and I will see you in the next one.